Looks like we're live
Hi.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really know who we have here just yet, but looks like we're live.
We're
So
live.
we'll just motor on. Yep. So I presume you want me to start, Barbara? I didn't ask you that.
Please go ahead.
Here's Lynda. Lynda's Heather. Hi, Lynda from Canada. Good to
Hi.
see you again, Lynda.
Welcome.
So yes, we're live. It's Jennifer Jones here from Tracking Down the Family, and we're here for our August Speakers Corner preview. Here in Australia, it's the early hours. Ooh,
I'll explain.
It's the early hours here, and it's cold and it's wet and it's very miserable. So it's just so lovely to be able to pop in and say hello to all of you. So as I said, it's our we only have one guest today, which I will explain. So Barbara has come along to fill in the space and add her little bit to our theme today. So I'm looking forward to chatting to Barbara also. So our guest this month will be Lynda Heines from Hindsight and Lorinda Brandon from Name on the Recipe Card. I've been so much looking forward to hearing these stories at Speakers Corner this week because our theme is stories and memories of food. And who doesn't love stories about food and family memories? And that's what we're all about, isn't it? So we have Lynda with us today, and she's going to give us a preview of what she'll be talking about. As I said, Lorinda is away on vacation, but she'll be back with us on Speakers Corner, the event. So I'm really looking forward to hearing about Lynda's stories about food and her mum. So would you like to go ahead, Lynda?
Yeah. What I'm going to talk about is the stories. Oh, there we go. This is the binder that I've had for probably 40 years. And it's all the recipes that she put together. My mom decided she had 3 girls, and she wanted us all to have some kind of a cookbook that she made up of her favorite recipes and the family's favorite recipes. And they could be sweets. Most of them are sweets, but there are some other main dishes. So she decided she was going to make us each one of these. Well, what happened is she died, and she died when I was 21, so she never got around to doing it. But since I lived in town and I was the only kid left around, so I got everything, so I got her original. And what's neat about this, and I did kind of do some research on that this Ringmaster 25-cent notebook was manufactured in the early 60s. So she probably got it. And I was talking to my husband today. He says, "Where do you think she got it?" I thought, "Oh my gosh, I don't know." But it would probably be Kresge's downtown because that was the only thing that would have been, these other places didn't exist. And in today's money, this is 25 cents back in the 60s, and in today's money be $2.65 to $2.82. So anyway, but when I had this, and there had been, she was a big baker, and there was always, mom always had something at the house. It would be usually it was some kind of cakes or cookies because she loved to bake, and she went through a baking school back when she was a teenager, and that's all part of my diary book about everything that was going on back during the Depression. But um, there were 2 of these anyway, so she loved to bake. One of the recipes that there were 2 recipes that I really had made my own recipe cards and didn't use this book. So this book sat in my bookshelf forever. And the 2 that I did was the cherry upside down cake, or what I called, or we used to call it cherry pie cake. And the other one was grandma's pumpkin chiffon pie. And what was different about it, and I never knew that it was different because it was the only pumpkin pie I ever ate, and until I was an adult. And I would go out to a restaurant when I was an adult and finally have pumpkin pie. And I go, "Oh my gosh, it's way too sweet and it's too dense." Because my pumpkin pie that I've made over the years that some people like and some people don't like, you whip the eggs so it and you whip them separately, and so it's very fluffy, and so it's light.
Yeah.
But it also has, instead of a cup of milk, it has a half a cup of whiskey and a half a cup of milk. So, and my dad, and the original recipe I thought called for a quarter. So sometimes I'd make it with a quarter whiskey and the rest milk. But I'd always, for Dad, I'd always make it half and half, and he absolutely loved it. And when I brought it, and I would bring it after Mom died, and I would bring the baking to Thanksgiving or whatever, but they would always say, "You gotta bring your pumpkin pie." So, or you gotta bring grandma's pumpkin pie. So I did, and my aunt, who was, pre-diabetic, would have a little base that she would, instead of taking medicine, she was able to control it with what she ate. So she would eat very little sweets, but she says, "Gotta have your little pumpkin pie. Here's your pumpkin pie." But anyway, over the years, if I've ever taken it out to anybody, like to a party or something, I usually cut it back because a lot of people feel like it's too not as sweet, because it isn't as sweet. You can, of course, make it with milk and not with, but it's such a great pumpkin pie. But anyway, I love it.
I mean, these are stories you can eat. Right? I'm like, you're just dropping that incredible flavor, and we're drooling here just as it's starting to get cooler, and we're thinking fall. This side of pumpkin spice latte. When do we get this recipe? Are you saying you're holding that until Thursday? God, what a cliffhanger.
No, I pretty much
how do
gave
you
it
think it
away.
is?
That was the whole
How do
thing,
you how do you think it is
But,
for me,
anyway,
Barbara,
so
with the
it's
rain bashing on the windows and, it's, pumpkin pie would be lovely at the moment.
Absolutely. Hey, we have a
Yeah.
high of 63 or something out here in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Just one question. Lynda,
yep.
did you say that pumpkin pie is not sweet?
It's a little sweet, but because you have
But
the
it's not
liquor
a
in it, of course,
yeah,
the spirit's all, you just get the flavor. It doesn't
yeah,
make you
but
drunk
it's
or
a
anything.
dessert. It's a
It
dessert.
it's just not as sweet
Yeah,
as if you
yeah,
go and
yeah,
buy it at the store, buy it at the restaurant,
yeah,
and that's what a
yeah,
lot of people didn't like it when they tried it, and,
yeah,
anyway, so it's just a different taste, but it's something I just thought that's how pumpkin pie tastes, and
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but it's a great recipe. Um, gosh, there's so many in here. You want me to go on? Are you
No, go
I don't
on,
know if
go
I
on.
have any
I was
other
just
surprises. What about the shit on the shingle? Now,
yeah.
Barbara's not even responding.
Dad used to talk about that.
I know what this is. This is a food?
Now, see,
Hi, Carla.
I
Wait, wait.
never thought.
But wait, hold on. If I may interject here with a little chit chat we had before we even got started, one of the sweet joys of all of this is, forgive me, but the English language and how we
Yeah.
don't necessarily know what we're all talking about. And this
Yes.
was a Pillsbury Doughboy reference in Evanston, Indiana, that was meaningless in Bendigo, Australia. But shit on a shingle, did you say?
Yes, yes, yes. And I didn't know that until I was telling Dave I was going, and this is just recently because in the front of her book she has, stuff like Swiss steak, roast, stuff like that. But she also has what she calls, or what we always called, ch- chip beef and cream sauce. And I told Dave about it. I said, "Oh, it was this awful stuff. It was chip beef, and you put butter and flour and milk and stuff." And he goes, "Oh, that's shit on a shingle." And everybody else that I've talked to has said, "You know what it was, Jennifer? Did you know what I was talking about?"
Yeah, I know because, my dad used to tell us what they fed them in the Air Force. It was always he'd say to Mum, "What are we having for tea tonight? Shit on a shingle?" And, it was for us, it was what we would call today, I don't know about you, but we would call cottage pie today, or
Oh,
shepherd's pie, minced
A
steak
shepherd's
oh,
pie, I know.
that's terrible.
yeah, minced
Oh,
steak
the
with
shepherd's pie.
veggies. Yeah, without the yummy potato on the top. So that was what Dad called shit on a shingle. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well, this
yeah,
is just chipped beef that you get in either a package. We used to get it in a can or a
yeah.
jar, and then you
Oh,
put butter and flour and milk, and you heat it up, and it's just gross. And I never
yeah.
liked it. So I don't think it's going to go on
It
my list
sounds
of
it.
things that I'm going to put for for all these memories and stuff. And I have no
Yeah.
good. I can't say now. That's one of those I don't have any good memories. I just remember that and the Swiss. Okay, I'll tell you about the Swiss steak. Now the Swiss
Yeah.
steak.
Okay,
I
now
know
you're
we're not getting into
maligning
the
the
Swiss.
Swiss. Hang on here. What?
No.
Oh, anybody no, the Swiss steak was good. What she would
Okay.
do is she'd take a round steak, she'd cut all the fat off of it, render the fat in the skillet, so you wouldn't have to put oil or anything in the skillet, then put your steak in there, which is a round steak, and then you cook it, and then you put tomato sauce or ketchup, and then peppers and onions, and then you just cook it down. Well, she didn't put it on we never ate pasta or rice at home. I'm not really sure
Mm.
why, but we never maybe because Dad ate it out and didn't wanna have it for dinner. But anyway, that's why we never had spaghetti. But, anyway, she just served it like that, but she decided that she was gonna try to fool me. And she said, we're having just round steak tonight. We're not gonna have Swiss steak. We're gonna have round steak." So she had it all cut up and, had it look like a Swiss steak and our round steak. And I was smelling, I go, "This doesn't smell like round steak." She goes, "Oh, yeah, it is. It's just like round steak." And it was liver. And I knew
Oh,
this as soon
no.
as I tasted it. And she thought she could fool me. And I didn't eat it. I wouldn't eat liver.
Okay,
I think Kathy knows all about, Swiss steak. She said they had it a lot as a child.
I'm still bitter about Ritz crackers. I swear.
What?
Yes, my
What's wrong
my
with it?
mother. We didn't have access to peaches. It's a long story, irrelevant. Didn't have access to peaches, and so my mom made mock peach pie from probably the box of Ritz crackers that basically soaks up the Ritz crackers with probably sugar streams and call it a peach pie. And I remember discovering the fact, and I felt so cheated.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter. But slipping them liver and onions for Swiss steak?
Yeah. Oh, I can remember the smell of
Trying
liver
to
and onions.
fool me.
Mum used to eat it. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Barbara.
No, I was just gonna say, what are we talking about here? It's like food slips in as a necessity, and all of a sudden it becomes this core of our childhoods, our shared
Yeah,
childhoods for that
yeah,
matter.
yeah, yeah. It's funny the things that stick with you most though, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Still
Linda, back to your, pumpkin pie.
Yes, yes.
Here, we don't eat pumpkin pie here.
Why?
So, no, no. Um, it's sort of coming in a little bit now, but, and we actually don't really eat much in the way of fruit pies. I couldn't believe it when I went to America and saw all these beautiful, yummy fruit pies lined up in the cafe, because if you said pie to me that we're having pie, I would think we're having meat pie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had a wonderful Aussie meat pie shop. They did nothing but pie,
yeah.
and 90% of it were all Aussie meat pies. Loved that
Ah,
place. They
right.
closed down a number of years
Yeah,
ago. And
yeah.
I didn't realize that all of the fruit pies that they had were the desserts. I didn't know that those were, like, not done in Australia. I mean, you have
No.
fruit.
Oh, yeah, in abundance. Apple pies, we are everyday type thing, apple pie. Um, when I was growing up, a fruit pie would only be an apple pie, but
Mm.
it's sort of coming in a little bit now. You'd have apple and berry or, berries and fruit a little bit. But it was when I was young, just not ever, ever did you have fruit pies other than apple pie. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And I saw an American man on Instagram unwrapping a pie in Australia that was a meat pie. He just couldn't get over how the meat pies that we eat, and that we don't eat the fruit pies like you do over there, and they are so good. Oh, went the fruit pies when I went over there. I became addicted to them very quickly. Yeah.
Talk about meat pies is, it's great on Thanksgiving after the turkey is done and have turkey pot pie. We used to always have that, and that was so good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just use it for everything we were eating,
Yeah. For us, in our family, when I think of family memories, a dessert for like a special family occasion would be one of two things. It would always be either a pavlova, or pretty good, or a ginger fluff that was Mum's specialty. Just like it's a
ginger fluff,
called a ginger fluff, but really it's just a ginger sponge cake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But isn't the lamb? We talked about the lamington before we.
Yeah.
And when I was in Australia, that's what I got. Oh my gosh, lamington, and I really like that. Is that not something? Is it still pretty popular? Or
they are. Yes, especially the older people. The younger people probably aren't eating them as much now as. They probably don't eat as much cake as we ate when we were younger, but and you probably had a shop bought lamington, Lynda. You need to have a homemade lamington because there's nothing like it. Yes.
Oh yeah,
and they are so good. Yes, yeah. Kyla's message. I can't. Can you see it, Barbara? I can't.
Sure.
See it.
She says, "My son inherited this from my dad." Quote, "I only like two kinds of pie: hot and cold."
Oh, that's good. I love that.
That's great.
And I just spelled out Lamington cake. That was completely new to me. Wow.
Yeah. Is Lamington new to you? Is it, Barbara?
I've never heard of it. Yeah, no. That's new to me.
Traditionally, it's a small square cake.
Yeah.
You cook
the
a
little
block
ones.
cake and cut it into squares.
Yeah.
Chocolate and coconut and cream.
I hadn't even understood or appreciated sponge cake until I started watching the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, really?
And listening to what's her name that says sponge? I'm sorry. It's just lovely.
So you don't have sponge cake?
We do. It's sort of a basic to us. It's cake. Yeah. I'm with Kyla here. Yeah. Kyla is like, yeah. Send us the recipe. I think this whole thing, the comments, let's solicit recipes in the comments. Yeah. I think we have to do that. We're going to, okay, I get to write the notes. So I get to declare that in the notes here. We're serious. Hello out there in taping land. You're going to watch the recording. We are really serious. We are watching for those recipes. And Lynda, I don't know. You may keep it as a tease for the Thursday program, but I am ready to go with that pumpkin chiffon pie and whiskey. I don't like whiskey, but I love amaretto.
In a pie.
No, I don't like. It's just not a thing for me. Actually, story. I'm not going to go into it now. There's a story as to why I don't like whiskey, but amaretto I adore. And my trick I make a German Stollen until I found out that the family is actually Swiss. Okay. And the trick to the recipe is you replace the almond flavoring with amaretto and then double it.
Ooh, that sounds great.
But it's the same kind of thing, a half a cup. Yeah, it's a lot. It's really good.
Yeah.
If we stay on and get back, I know we'll be talking a lot about the sweets on Thursday, but getting back to the things that aren't sweets, that's in this book, is in Mom's book, is her barbecue chicken recipe, barbecue sauce recipe. And I posted it on Substack, and it's more of a dousing stuff, and it's like more. They say supposedly the research I did is New Orleans. You cook up the sauce, and then you keep putting it on the thing, the chicken, and it's not real sweet. Again, we're not into sweet, and it sounds like it's real spicy because it's got all kinds of spices. But it cooks on chicken, it doesn't taste like that. My husband doesn't like it, and we did a taste test, and of course, he likes the bottled stuff. But anyway, and he's a real foodie, so I was kinda surprised he didn't like it. But, the story with that is Dad would always be out there, he would do it, and he did it on a regular charcoal grill, and it just would take forever. I'd always say, "Is it done yet?" "No, it won't be long, won't be long." Well, meanwhile, he's drinking beer, It's
Real low temperature.
he's drinking beer. And then
What's this called again?
Huh?
What is it called again?
It's a barbecue sauce is what we're
Just a
talking
barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's your chicken barbecue
I
sauce for chicken.
think the whole secret of putting the sauce on over and over and over again at a low temperature while you're drinking the beer,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a thing. Nothing to do with the secret spices, huh? It's the
So I
beer.
couldn't find a picture of him doing it, but I found a picture of my aunt. It was a video on it, so I put that on my Substack post, and I don't remember her ever. I mean, she's all dressed up like she always did doing it, and, we're out there in that heat and stuff. But anyway, so one day, evidently he drank a little bit too much beer, and all the chicken went on the ground. So we called it ground chicken after that. So every time he would fix that, he would say, "Okay, Daddy, you're gonna drop it on the ground again?" So, but we ate it anyway. He just kinda dusted it off and
If you did a post on that, I want that post too. Send that
No,
to
I
me with
I
these
didn't talk
notes.
about Dad.
No. But your beer and barbecue. That's okay. You don't have to call it the
Yeah,
yeah.
he did.
I saw a comment fly by me very quickly from Kathy and asking, have you heard of flapper pie? Was it pie, Barbara? Flapper
Yes,
pie?
flapper
Yeah.
pie. She's asking you, Lynda, what's flapper pie?
I have no idea.
Do you know?
You
Sounds
No,
like an Australian thing.
no,
Yeah.
no. It sounds like an English thing to me. Flapper.
It does.
Flapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of you out there, what the heck is flapper pie?
Really?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
be interesting
Yeah.
to look at rec from a regional and yes,
Yeah.
at
It would.
rec. I'm not sure if recipes, perhaps from a
Recipes.
regional,
Yeah.
sociological, economic
Yeah.
factors. That's absolutely right. There is
Yeah.
so
It would
much
be
in
very
food.
interesting. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
tells that
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
It's not in
Kyla says, yeah, not me.
No flapper pie.
Flapper, but you got to admit, Kyla, it could be.
Well, a lot of the
Oh,
recipes
Canadian.
It's a Canadian prairie thing. You see,
everything.
the prairies in Canada
Yeah.
are not the same. She will share the
Yeah.
recipe. Oh, please do.
Yeah.
If you
Please
can
do,
slip it to
Kyla.
me, I'll keep it in
Kathy.
these notes. Didn't make
Yeah.
it far enough south for you, Kyla.
But, she's talking about Kathy mentioned economic things. Sugar was pretty people
That's
were really into sugar back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was accessible. And so a lot of mom's recipes are way too sweet. I've made them the first time, and then I've cut them back. I have testers that eat all this stuff, so I
Yeah.
don't eat it all. But, they, it's way too sweet, and mom also used a lot of cake flour because Swan's Down cake, flour is from Evansville. It's Evansville, Indiana, and,
Oh, sorry.
they're no longer here, but, they were here, and so, of course, they had, places where they had classes, and mom went to classes, and so she uses that a lot, and it makes it, I guess, fluffier or something, but I use it in whatever she says, if she says she used it. And then she had recipes that said, "Well, just add as much flour as you want, or flour to make it feel right." And it's kinda like, I
Yeah.
have no idea what it's supposed to feel like.
You're right.
Don't
Yeah.
do that to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So we have Lynda Tether
Yeah.
chiming in here with an answer of graham wafer crumbs with vanilla filling that you can put a
Ooh.
meringue on top. I'm guessing that's what a flapper pie is. And there's a
Oh.
Wikipedia entry. Thank
Oh.
you, Kathy.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Oh. Sounds good, doesn't
All
it?
right.
Yeah.
But coming back to
Meringue, yeah.
it's like lemon meringue pie, but vanilla.
Wouldn't you
Wow.
love to serve it
Or
up
cook
to the family and say, have some of my flapper pie? I
Thank
think
you.
my family would have the hysterics at that.
Uh-oh, my
Yeah.
husband just has
Yeah.
joined, so I can't say
Uh-oh.
much now
Uh-oh.
that he's joined.
Don't worry, David. We've heard. I love that casual line you just had there. I have lots of testers.
Tells you
Oh.
about shit on the shingle, so,
That's what I say about my
Yeah.
daughters and my motherhood. Ah, it's okay. I have lots of testers.
That's right.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Yes, I
I
like
I
that.
thought I might, sorry, Linda, you go
No,
you
go
go
ahead, go
ahead,
ahead.
Linda.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, it's the
I was gonna
next
say
thing.
something about the
Sorry.
meringue. Now, I'm anxious to
Yeah,
see how, Lynda talks about meringue. I have not done meringue. I've never made meringue. All of
yeah,
a lot of mom's pies had meringue, cherry chocolate,
yeah,
strawberry,
yeah.
coconut, and I've just never done it because I just didn't really do it. When I was a kid, I used to there was one we had a lemon pie, which I hated, and I don't know why I hated it, but I did, and I started eating the meringue off of it when it was sitting around, and she was kinda mad at me before before we had dessert. But anyway,
Coming back to the point about economics and actually kind of
yeah.
technology, do you remember how everything changed when we had things like an electric stand mixer and a microwave?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
meringue is a pain in the
yeah,
cole, as we
yeah,
say in Hawaii, to sit there with a whisk and go
yeah,
like this
yeah,
until you get
yeah,
high peaks. Come on.
yeah.
But a
That's
stand
why,
mixer,
yeah, everyone here, like, we eat meringue. Oh, don't say we eat it, we don't eat pavlova a lot, but it's a common sort of a
mhm,
celebration food. So, I cook a pavlova a few times a year, uh, and people say it's such a pain to cook. It's actually the simplest thing to cook, but as you say, Barbara, with the stand mixer and it makes all the difference to sitting there, like,
yeah,
hand mixing a meringue pie. I don't think I'd even bother. But, yeah, so a meringue is, to me, if I want something a little bit fancy and simple, it's a meringue because it's just very easy to make if you know a couple of little
stand
tips
mixer.
that you do or don't do,
Yeah.
and you've got your stand mixer, yeah, yeah. But,
Yeah.
I can imagine back in the day having to just sit there and your arm would be dropping off. I can't imagine you would ever get it right, but you
Oh,
probably
yeah.
would.
I
But
remember trying to
Well,
make them.
and
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah. Uh,
the other thing, angel food cake is another one that mom used to sit, and in fact, I've got the beater in here somewhere that she would beat the 12 eggs or whatever it was. Now she did not put that in the recipe book. Her angel food
uh,
cake. I think she decided it was too hard and too much to do, but she would sit there and do
yeah,
that, and that just took forever.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, and
Uh-huh.
as Kathy says here, the yolks went into the custard.
Right,
And for us, it was always a good excuse to make a meringue because we had leftover whites from the custard.
right. Well, I do love those kinds of dishes that,
Yeah, yeah,
have, both parts of the chicken, so to speak, or both parts of
yeah,
the,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a wonderful, satisfying dish in Japan called oyako donburi. Donburi is things that are mixed and then served on top of rice. And
Mm.
oyako is mother with child, and it's chicken and egg.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's
cute.
I kinda love that. And
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
up in the stands here, my husband just sent me a Serious Eats recipe for mock apple pie, which I will pop into the notes.
Oh, mock apple pie. Oh, I'll
Mom.
look out for that
That's
one. That
mock apple pie as opposed to the mock pie I vaguely described, which I call was
yeah,
put to me as peach pie, and I was
yeah,
deeply bitter. That's my whole
yeah.
we'll have a separate conversation about that with therapy.
So I can actually tell you a little bit about what Lorinda's going to talk to because I think you'll all agree. Like, we've got it's going to be wonderful to listen to you later in the week on the actual event, Linda, to hear more about your mum and your family stories. Um, so Lorinda, her publication is named on the recipe card. And excuse me, just looking at my notes a little bit because I don't want to get it wrong for her. Um, so she started it up to honour amateur cooks in the early part of the 20th century who created the recipes that have become synonymous today with comfort and home. And when you look at her Substack, yes, they are. Yeah. So she does this by writing about the Pillsbury Bake Off, which I have to say, because Lynda has been away, so I haven't been able to contact her about this. But being out here in Australia, I wondered where Pillsbury was. I just thought it was probably a little country town somewhere in America that I'd never heard of.
Actually
But Barbara and Lynda have put me straight today that it's a company with the baking products. Yeah. So the best of home cooks came from all over the US and gathered together using the recipes from the Pillsbury Best of the Bake Off collection. And Lorinda, in her publication, is pulling together the stories of those women who otherwise, were wonderful cooks, but who otherwise wouldn't be known. So I just think that's wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to hearing. That's just a little snippet, but, I'm really looking forward to hearing more from Lorinda about that. So, yeah. And I will say too, we have another reason to be excited, Barbara, don't we, today? Today is our August preview of Speaker's Corner, and Speaker's Corner in August last year was our very first Speaker's Corner. So today's our anniversary. I'm marking it as our anniversary.
Do I need to get you paper as an anniversary gift?
That would be lovely.
That's great.
Can you think back to that a year ago, Barbara? Does it seem like a year ago to you?
Not at all. Not at all. You've been here forever. It's just part of the institution.
I know. It's just come up so quick, though.
I know.
But when I think back, and my first thought is Anne Young, because Anne, we did it differently for the very first one. We only had one guest, and I wanted to tell the story about Caroline Chisholm, a humanitarian, English humanitarian that came to Australia to live. But it was too big a story for me to tell just for me. So I invited Anne Young, not really sure, whether she'd be very interested because, what's this Speaker's Corner thing? Because no one had heard of it at that time. But Anne just, yes, what do you want me to do? I'll do it. No worries at all. And she came along and told me half of the story, and I told the half of the story. And it was just a wonderful way to kick off Speaker's Corner. Yeah. And a shout out to you, Barbara, too, because I remember mentioning, just thought I had a little idea that it might be nice to tell family stories because, we all love family stories. And a lot of our family don't love their family stories to an audience who would love them. And I sort of ran that idea past Barbara, not for me to be host at all. Just I thought it'd be a great Projectkin idea. And as usual, Barbara jumped on board and she's always just so open to new ideas. And before we knew it, Speaker's Corner was the thing and I was the host. So there we are.
There we are. And if I can slip in another compliment to the Anne and Jennifer duo, as it happens for this migration stories series we just started. And it's sort of a series of series, to be sure, because I'm seeing each one of these path pilots is off on their own adventures together with other groups of people. But come back to that in a minute. To kick it off, we're starting with because we do things with events. I thought one event probably wouldn't work, and I wanted to have both Asia Pacific and the Americas and the Atlantic European side combined. So we have both a Pacific hour and an Atlantic hour. And guess who our dynamic duo are, just because of, forced immigration and all kinds of great stories in Australia. We have the dynamic duo of Anne and Jennifer. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And of course, we get Jennifer here and Jennifer doing Speaker's Corner because she has a superpower. Do you notice the fact that it is coming up about 3:30 in the morning in Victoria? That's just how she rolls. So it's a special combination of skills that makes this possible, and that we can be inviting these stories from around the world and discover these combinations that who would have expected. And I think you're absolutely right. This idea that you pioneered of bringing two people together on a theme, and it just keeps keeps every single story fresh. Just as we've taken the same idea for recipes, for
Yes.
meringues, and even within the same area, two different national twists on the same combination of dishes between Canada and the United States of prairie dishes.
Yeah.
It's just it's frankly inspiring, and you're
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
food, you're mainlining stories, and it's just such fun to bring them all together.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, we're all the same. It's just the differences in that
Yeah.
sameness,
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So while we're talking about stories, if you have, I'll just do my little pitch to everyone again. I'm putting together the calendar for 2027. So if you have a story that you would love to come along and tell us here at Speaker's Corner, do get in contact with me. Um, just you can get in contact with me through Tracking Down the Family, and have a little chat about it and go from there. So we still have places in 2027, but they're starting to fill very quickly. Yes. So, Lynda, I just don't know where to start. Your preview was just absolutely wonderful. It really was. So the thing I want to say is, don't forget to get your Zoom link, everybody. The event is coming up on Thursday or Friday, depending on your time zone. We'll have a link down in the bottom, and it's free for everyone. But you will need a Zoom link to register. So I will, really look forward to seeing everyone there, and look forward to continuing on with this, Lynda, and welcoming Lorinda back from her
Yes.
vacation. And
Looking forward to
yes,
hearing
yeah,
her stories too.
it'd be really great. Yeah, yeah. So I'll just thank everyone for coming along today. I've had a little bit of I didn't say, but I can't see all the names. I'm only just seeing the very odd little comment, and it goes by so quickly, more quickly than usual. So I'm really thankful to have you there, Barbara, to catch the comments. So thank you everyone for coming along today. It's been absolutely wonderful. And Lynda, you have anything to add, Barbara?
No, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you at the event later in the week.
All right.
Bye.
Talk soon.
Sounds
Thank you.
good. See
you in the comments.
Bye.
Bye.